All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to LSD, Libertarian State Discourse. This is the first ever video I will be making a little election prediction for, let's see, what is it? It is currently Saturday on June 8th. June 8th. So let's get right into it. I made a little forecast thingy-mabobber right here, and I have filled out the states I do not have a polling average and bias whatnot for. Let's get started. So, of course, the popular vote right now is plus Trump 1.1. And if you average out the last two elections, so 2016 and 2020, the last two Trump has been in, you get a Trump shift of 1.8. So you get Trump 2.9 here. Of course, that doesn't necessarily affect any of this in any way. It's just something I want to add. So Arizona polls. Currently, Trump is up by 4. And adjusted for bias, that's 4.05. So polling in Arizona has been consistently very good. So that puts Arizona in the the lean column. I will go over my margins really quick. Anything less than 1 is tilt. Lean is 1 to 4. Likely is is 5 to 9.9 repeating, and safe is 10 plus. So Arizona's the lean. Georgia under current polls is Trump plus 4.8, and Democrats actually do get overperform polls a bit here on average, at least for the presidency. So it bumps it down to 4.5. That doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot though, because that keeps but that doesn't really matter because that keeps it Georgia in the lean column for Trump. A massive shift from the Biden 0.2 from in 2020. Nevada current is Trump 5.4, and this is the other major state that Democrats overperform in poll compared to polls. Current is Trump 5.4, and adjusted for bias, it is Trump 3.3, so that is another lean state in Trump's column. Next is Michigan. Current polls show Trump up by 0.5 points. However, you adjust for biases, that's about a 2.3 or 2.45, 2.55 bias against Trump. So he gets that much extra, and now that places Michigan somewhat barely in the lean column for him. Now heading over to North Carolina. Current polls have him up by 5.3, less than Georgia, no, it is more than Georgia. Was from before. That was from a couple weeks ago. Never mind. Current polls have him at 5.3, and if you adjust for bias, it goes up to Trump 7.9, squeaking North Carolina into the likely column for Trump. And Pennsylvania, possibly the most important state. Once again, just like Arizona, Pennsylvania is very good with polls. They have only underestimated Trump by 0.35%, but that puts Pennsylvania in the lean R column. And then Wisconsin, probably the worst state for polling, one of the worst states for polls in the country. Currently has Trump 0.1. However, if you just for bias, polls have historically underestimated Trump by 6.6 on average, so that gives Trump a 6.6 or a lead of 6.7, putting Wisconsin in the likely column. And then you go to Minnesota. This will be Biden's first win of this election, of this prediction. Currently is only Biden 2.3. However, if you adjust for bias, it goes down to 1.3, which is less than what Hillary Clinton won. How much Hillary Clinton won the state in 2016? It is, which was 1.5%. Virginia has overperformed overestimated Democrats by 1.6%, or points, I guess. So that drops Virginia down to a tilt for D column, making this state probably, according to my forecast, the closest state in the country currently. And if you, then you go to New Hampshire. Currently, Biden is winning by 0.53. However, you adjust for bias, that drops down to 4.1. However, if because of New Hampshire's historic dislike of incumbents, I would argue it drops down to a tilt margin. It does go down to a less than 1%, although I still do believe that Biden will win the state of New Hampshire at the end of the day. But I'm going to keep it as lean for now. And then we go to some Trump wins, Texas and Florida. Texas currently has Trump up by 9.3%. And if you adjust for bias, that puts Texas barely over the safe margin, getting Trump to 282 and giving him the presidency. And of course, we have Florida. Current polls have Trump just behind a safe margin. However, you adjust for bias, and it gets to 11.5, marking the first time Florida has voted to the right of Texas in a long time, maybe ever. I don't know the actual numbers on that offhand. And then the last thing I have for polls right here, last district I have for polls. Currently there are no polls for Nebraska's 2nd district. There was a few months ago, but I couldn't find them in the aggregate, which is I use RCP. So I'm just going off for bias for the past, and polls have historically underestimated Democrats in this case. So Biden wins the singular vote from Nebraska's 2nd district by a lean margin. Thank you all for listening. I hope you all enjoyed this little video right here, and have a nice day. Please leave any comments in the comments, and yes, I see you all later.